Okay, what's up? I just got back from class and it is Friday and I got a whole bunch of cool new equipment from the school and we're gonna play around with it to see what looks best for the video today. Hi Sanjay. Hi Sanjay. Good morning Sanjay. Sanjay, I have no more class. What does that mean? It means it's exam season. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Yay. Two things for you today. One, my personal story about exams and how to succeed. Two, some exam statistics and how to feel better about the coming week. Let's start with my story about exams. When I was in grade 11, I never studied for school. When I say never, I mean never, like never ever. Throughout this time, there was a very special day for me. That day was when my mom told me that she didn't care about what marks I get. That meant for me, not that she didn't care about me, but that my marks were a reflection of me and nobody else. Once she said this to me, not studying wasn't enough for me. I somehow wanted something better for me. I never wanted to be defined by the C that was on my report card. So I started studying. I started studying a lot, like all the time. The result of this change was this. Now, I usually didn't like to share my grades because I thought my grades were a reflection of me. As I got older, I realized that my grades don't define me. Part of my story is this. When I was at U of T, I had a passion to change the world. Change the world with economics. How was I gonna do that? By being the best in my class. I got all A's in my first year. Casey Neistat once said, if you're not doing something different, then you're not doing it right. To me, the way to do something different was to be the best. However, once I realized that economics wasn't my way to change the world, I no longer cared. That resulted in this change. My second year, I got all B's. Not a single mark above an A. Why? Because I didn't care anymore. I wasn't passionate. There was no passion in the work I was doing. That was for one important reason. I decided to go into film. Film is what I cared about. Making movies was my passion. I couldn't succeed if I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. The two things that I want you to take away from this story is one, you can only succeed if you're doing what you want to do. So if you don't want to be studying, that means you're in the wrong program. Two, your grades have to be for you. If you're studying for someone else, if you're in your program for someone else, you're wasting your time, you're wasting their time, and you're wasting someone's money. Do what makes you happy. That's my story, and that's why I'm here doing what I do. Now, exam stress is something that I'm passionate about for these reasons coming up below. One, Child Nation did a study and found that 96% of students felt anxiety around exam season. 59% felt that they had pressure from their parents. 64% of students felt that they weren't sleeping. The unfortunate results of this conclusion is this. 50% of students have skipped meals. 33% of students have said that they've had trouble sleeping. And 14% of students said that they use substance like alcohol as a method of coping. How do you deal with this stress, Sanjay? Three things. Number one, running. To me, running is amazing for a few reasons. Number one, running clears your mind. You can't think about anything or do anything when you're running. So you think about all the thoughts you've been ignoring because you've been distracting yourself. No phones, no laptops, no internet, just you and your mind. You have to focus, you have to think. When you come back from your run, your mind is clear. Number two, when you've been drinking caffeine all day to study, running burns off the energy and the stress in your body. This allows you to sleep. The second thing I do to help me during exam season is work out. Now, during exam season, I don't have 2 hours to go to the gym. So what do? Body weight workouts. Push-ups, sit-ups, planks, jumping jacks, squats, whatever it takes, burn off some energy. Doing fitness helps you set other goals that are outside of your academics. This allows you to succeed elsewhere, lowering the importance of your grades. The third and most important thing to me, the reason I'm here today in front of you, is my friends. Friends are probably the most important thing to have during exam season. People to talk to and have somebody to distract you from what's going on around you. People to help you study and de-stress with. And people to help you get distracted and have fun and remember why living is important. Aside from that, if all else fails, here are some of the best college dropouts to make you realize everything's gonna be okay. Number one college dropout is Bill Gates. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard in 1975 after attending the school for 2 years. Bill Gates said this, "Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose." Net worth, $80 billion. The second college dropout is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs dropped out of Reed College after 6 months. Net worth, 10 billion. Steve Jobs, more importantly, said this: sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other innovations, which means fail, learn, and improve. Our third college dropout is James Cameron. His net worth, 700 million. He said this: if you set your goals ridiculously high, when you fail, you will fail above everyone else's success. Fourth college dropout, the great Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard University after 2 years. His net worth, 35 billion, and the youngest billionaire ever. More importantly, he said these two quotes. One, the biggest risk is to not take any risks. In a world that is changing quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking any risks. He also said, move fast and break things. Unless you are breaking things, you are not moving fast enough. The last college dropout, probably my personal favorite, is Casey Neistat. Casey dropped out of high school in grade 10 at age 15 because he had a kid and he had to take care of him. His name was Owen. Casey's net worth, 1.5 million. More importantly, said two famous things. The most dangerous thing you can do is play life safe. Second, and one of my favorite quotes, if you are doing what everyone else is doing, you are living life wrong. All these people have famous quotes which underline this: you need to fail to succeed. If you're not okay with failure, you will never succeed. Fail early and learn quickly. If your exams don't go well, all that means is you have the most opportunity to learn. Also, all of these people are millionaires. So, if you drop out of college, everything's gonna be okay. Anyways, that's all for today. Bye, Sanjay. I'll see you on Thursday.